नमो नमस्ते गुरवे महात्मने विमुक्तसंगाय सदुत्तमाय नित्याद्वयानन्दरसस्वरूपिणे भूम्ने सदा पारदयाम्बुधाम्ने नमस्ते नमस्ते विभो विश्वमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते चिदानन्दमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते तपोयोगगम्य नमस्ते नमस्ते श्रुतिज्ञानगम्य नमस्ते नमस्ते तपोयोगगम्य नमस्ते नमस्ते श्रुतिज्ञानगम्य स्वाराज्य साम्राज्य विभूतिरेषा भवत्कृपा श्रीमहिमप्रसादात् प्राप्ता मया श्रीगुरवे महात्मने नमो नमस्तेस्तु पुनर्नमोस्तु नमो नमस्तेस्तु पुनर्नमोस्तु नमो नमस्तेस्तु पुनर्नमोस्तु नमस्तस्मै सदैकस्मै कस्मै चिन्महसे नमः यदेतद्विश्वरूपेण राजते गुरुराजते यदेतद्विश्वरूपेण राजते गुरुराजते। हरि ओम तत्सत। जय गुरु। Hope you are doing your homework. These are the mantras are quite difficult because of the language also, although the truth is the same everywhere. But to understand the Upanishads, particularly how they have expressed the words and all, it needs a self-study, or say, even if the teacher is there, truly speaking, it cannot be taught like this, where I even do not know whether you have the book or not, whether you have the mantra in front of not. Normally, we should have our own book, we should have our own notes, either written on the book or in a notebook. We should go into each mantra, each word in each mantra, while the teacher is teaching, and it will take a long time also, unless we personally go into each mantra, the depth of the expressions which are there in the Upanishads, it won't dawn in us fully. So it needs a little sincere and meticulous tapas, jnana tapas. So, to have the benefit, we have to do the homework, not just listening to that. Otherwise, the homework can be listening to the talks again and again, which will not be possible always. Okay, let us start with the Shanti mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam
Purnat Purnamudachyate
पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते
पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय
पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय
पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते
पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
So we will just chant and repeat a little of the mantras we have done up to the 7th, I think. Number 1 onwards. Ishavāsyamidam sarvam
ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वं
yatkinca jagatyam jagat
यत्किञ्च जगत्यां जगत्
tena tyaktena bhunjitha
तेन त्यक्तेन भुञ्जीथा
ma gridhah kasya svidhanam
मा गृधः कस्य स्विद्धनम्
kurvannebeha karmani
कुर्वन्नेवेह कर्माणि
जिजीविषेत् शतं समाः
जिजीविषेत् शतं समाः
एवं त्वयि नान्यथेतोऽस्ति एवं त्वयि नान्यथेतोऽस्ति
एवं त्वयि नान्यथेतोऽस्ति
एवं त्वयि नान्यथेतोऽस्ति
एवं त्वयि नान्यथेतोऽस्ति
न कर्म लिप्यते नरे
न कर्म लिप्यते नरे.
Actually, these two are enough for what the Upanishad wants to bestow to us or express. These two are more than enough. It is saying that to have a fulfilling life, you have to know that the whole world is only appearing on the truth, Brahman, Lord, Bhagavan, Isha, or Atma, our own identity. And if you can do it, then no work, no action will have any lepana on you, any taint on you. You will not be affected by any of the actions you have to perform. So, one should not be looking at the actions as something like a curse. We should live, and living means acting in some form or other. We should live, even if it is 100 years, the standard life, human life, we should live it joyously, provided we have seen the whole universe as appearing on the Atma alone. It is covered with my own Lord, my own Atma. See, in Yoga Sutra, in the first 4, they disclose a very great truth. He says that first is Atha Yoganuशाsanam. Second is Yogaschitta Vritti Nirodha. That means all the vrittis of the mind, when they fall off, then we rest in the self. That is the yoga. That is the dissolution of our egoistic self in the universal self, universal identity. Tada drashtu swarupeva sthanam. Third aphorism. Tada, in that state, in the yoga state, drashtu swarupe avasthanam. That is the Swarupa, the real identity of the Drashta. Drashtuhu is Shashti. Of the Drashta. That is the real identity of the Drashta. He is now, in the yoga means he is seated in it well in its own identity. Sarupe avasthanam. Then comes the fourth, which I wanted to mention. Vritti sarupyam itaratra. See, I am amazed to see how in small aphoristic statements everything is spoken of. Our country is wonderful. This Sanskrit language also is wonderful. We will never be able to see really appreciate what it needs to be done. He says, that is yoga, tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. When there is no vritti in the chitta, that means there is no thought, no emotion, nothing. Vritti means the consciousness, there is no wave in the consciousness. So he will not know anything of the world. So that means the world is not there in his within, there is no world perception at that time. When we say no world perception means even that I, the egoistic I we always think of, that also is not known. It is just a merger in the consciousness. Then what happens when the vrittis come back? That is when this is a state, he says tada, that means it is a state, time limited state. When all the thoughts they die, they all dissolve in the consciousness, then this happens. So again the thoughts will come, vritti will come when we get up. So what is that state? He says that vritti sarupyam itaratra. That means other than this, all the other state, actually what is happening is vritti sarupyam. That means the drashta, the previous one was in yoga sthiti, drashtu swarupe avasthanam. That is his pure, pristine, real identity. But when the vrittis are there, we are deluded. We are under the siege of Maya. Why? Because the vrittis we consider as different from us. Suppose the world picture, we are perceiving the world has to appear in my consciousness. But actually what we are perceiving is the world which is appearing in the consciousness. That means the material there, the substratum there is the consciousness alone. But we don't see the consciousness, we see the world. Suppose the moment we come out of the yoga, we see something very attractive or something very hateful. Immediately our mind gets disturbed and all. We don't understand that the attractive situation or the disturbing situation, both are only appearance in our consciousness. Now he says that itaratra means all other states. Vritti sarupyam, that means the drashta has taken the form of the vritti. Is there any doubt about it? As just now I was saying that anything appearing is when it is a sukha, the consciousness appears as sukha. It is the sukha wave in the consciousness. When it is dukkha, it is the dukkha wave in the consciousness. When it is a lovable something, it is a lovable wave in the consciousness. When it is something hateful, it is a hateful wave in the consciousness. But the basic fact is everything is written on consciousness. So he is saying that the drashta, the subject, the I in us, vritti sarupyam, it is taking the rupa, it is taking the form of the vritti. So you have not lost the consciousness anywhere at all. So if you consider that the yoga samadhi is where you are uniting with your Lord, uniting with the ultimate truth, then other than that, when the vrittis are there, should you miss Lord anywhere? Because it is in the Lord is appearing as the vrittis. So this is called, actually in a way it is called sagata bheda. Sagata bheda means basically it is all same, identical, everything is consciousness on which dogs are written, human beings are written, like things are written, dislike things, everything is appearing on that. So it is not a real bheda that this is cloth and this is metal and this is plastic, this is mic, that is light, nothing. They all are written in the consciousness. So the Bheda apparently we are seeing it is called Swagata Bheda. It is all. So a person, when he understands this fourth aphorism, that Yoga Sutra, will he miss anymore the Lord anywhere? Whatever he may be doing throughout the day, it is Lord and Lord alone. Everything is appearing. So you will not miss Him. You cannot miss. You can miss all other things, but you cannot miss, because that is what you are. To know anything, to perceive anything, first thing is that the I has to be there. So you cannot miss that I anywhere at all. We can miss all other things. We can miss the Himalaya here, and when we go there, we can miss Ganges there, or something. Everything we will be missing. Nothing is permanent except that consciousness, or I, or Atma, or Brahman. That is need, that has to be there, prime condition for anything else to be perceived. Why did I say that? That Isha Vasyam again. That why should the karma have any lepana on us? Why should it affect us? Because the karma is a vritti. And once we understand this is the vritti is arising in my own identity, in my Atma, in Brahman, then there cannot be any affectation at all. Na karma lipyate nare. Then comes. Now, here we should also remember that the philosophy of the Upanishads, it's not philosophy, the presentation of the Upanishad is a Purna presentation. That is why in the beginning the Shanti mantra is Purna Madah Purna Midam. Purna means we can know the Nirguna aspect, the non-active aspect of our real identity by going into Samadhi. But we have to know that in the active state also, when we are interacting in the world also, we are never missing that, because the whole world is appearing on that. Without that, that cannot be any world at all. That is why the Kena Upanishad says, Pratibodha viditam matam amritatvam hi vindate. When do we become immortal? When we discover our immortal, unchanging self. When? Pratibodha viditam. When we know it in every perception. It's not that in Samadhi I have known, and when out of Samadhi I am missing him. No. Pratibodha viditam matam amritatvam hi vindate. Atmana vindate viryam vidyaya vindate amritam. So, this is the philosophy of fullness that the Upanishads present. It does not exclude anything. It does not exclude the activities in the world. It does not exclude the truth in its pristine form also. Normally we are all engrossed in the world, so we don't care about the consciousness at all, don't care about the real identity or Brahman or Lord or anything. So we get trapped by the world. Knowing that when we look for what we have not seen so far, something who is not visible, not perceptible, when we discover that, we start getting absorbed in that. But that also excludes the world perception. The whole drama will be over when we find that the whole world is only written in that consciousness. Then we will not miss. We don't have to go into the meditative state to know that, to see or meet God. God pervades everything. That is what the Upanishads say. All the Upanishads are like that, except perhaps some. I don't know. Now let us chant the other ones. Asurya namate loka.
Asurya namate loka.
Andhena tamasavritaha.
Andhena tamasavritaha.
Tamste pretyabhigachanti.
Tamste pretyabhigachanti.
Ye kechatmahano janaha.
Ye kechatmahano janaha.
Asuryanamate loka
Asuryanamate loka
Andhena tamasavrita
Andhena tamasavritaha
Tamste pretyabhigachanti
Tamste pretyabhigachanti
Ye kechatmahano janaha
Ye kechatmahano janaha
Anejadekam manaso jabiyo
Anejadekam manaso jabiyo
Anejadekam manaso jabiyo
Anejadekam manaso jabiyo
Nainaddeva apnuvan purvamarshat
Nainaddeva apnuvan purvamarshat
Tadhavato anyanatyeti tishthat
Tadhavato anyanatyeti tishthat
Tadhavato anyan
Tadhavato anyan
atyeti tishthat
Atyeti tishthat
Tasminnapo matarishva dadhati
Tasminnapo matarishva dadhati.
Next. Tadejati tannaijati
Tadejati tannaijati
Tadejati tannaijati
Tadejati tannaijati
Taddure tadvantike
Taddure tadvantike
Tadantarasya sarvasya
Tadantarasya sarvasya
Tadu sarvasyasya bahyataha Tadantarasya sarvasya
Tadantarasya sarvasya
Tadu sarvasyasya bahyataha
Tadu sarvasyasya bahyataha.
Now these two, Anejat ekam manaso jabiyo, this I have explained, I am just reminding that to express the indescribable truth, the truth is really indescribable. The Shastras take various ways. So one way is this, that it doesn't move at all. Where is the question of any movement? It is not an object. When we are talking about the consciousness, the subject, as such, there is no question of any movement at all. Because to know any movement, we have to see that in front, which is changing in space and time. The Atma is in which the space, time, causality, the whole world is just appearing to me. As such, Atma does not have any change at all. So where is the question of moving? So they are saying that it is absolutely still, it doesn't move. Actually these expressions all will not be perfect. Because when we say something is not moving, means we are again thinking of the object. That is, the movement thought is there. No? When we are saying the Atma is not moving, we think immediately we will think that it is still something. So they are saying it is not moving, but it is moving faster than anything else. Even the mind, which we say is tremendously fast, we can think anything, anywhere we can go just by thinking. But wherever we go, we will find that the I is already there. Because the mind is moving with the power of I, with the power of our Atma. Without that, the mind cannot do anything. Actually, the mind is inert. Mind is inert. It cannot do anything. It is object. But in association of the Atma, it becomes living and it does whatever it is supposed to do. So the mind, wherever it goes, how far it may be going there, it finds the Atma is already there. That means we cannot leave the Atma for any perception. No perception can be there, no thought can be there, No imagination can be there without the I being present there. So, none of the sense organs, not even mind, can reach the Atma. It is already everywhere present. And what is it doing? It is even allotting whatever to be done by the creator Brahma or Matarishva. They are saying the life, the cosmic life, or you can say the Hiranyagarbha. There are various terms used. Actually, it means the whole universe, the cosmos. If you attach the consciousness, in association of the consciousness, it is called Brahma. If it is there is no consciousness, then it will be termed as Prakriti. So Matarishva means the cosmic life. It is also doing its function everywhere, anywhere in the world, being empowered by this consciousness. Without that, nothing can be done. So the next one is tad ejati tad naijati tad dure tad vantike tad antarasya sarvasya tadu sarvasyasya bahyata. It doesn't move, it moves, it is very far, it is right within us, absolutely zero distance. It is within and without also, everywhere. Everybody is around everybody, everywhere. Now similar verses you will find in most of the places. In just Kathopanishad comes to my mind that it is sloka number 1.2.21. I think I have told the last session also. Asino duram brajati shayano yati sarvataha kastam madamadam devam madanyo jnatumarhati. Asino duram vrajati.
Asino duram vrajati.
Shayano yati sarvataha.
Shayano yati sarvataha.
Kastam madamadam devam.
Kastam madamadam devam.
Madanyo jnatumarhati.
Madanyo jnatumarhati.
Every shloka, although it is the same thing, but there will be some word which gives us a hint, very good hint. Here he is saying, Asino duram rajati. Sitting here, he goes everywhere, far off places. Actually, it's only imaginary like that we are saying. It is everywhere, or everything is in it. Shayano yati sarvata. When lying also, while sleeping also, it doesn't sleep. Everything in it, they sleep. The Atma doesn't sleep, it cannot sleep also. Kastam madamadam devam madanyo jnatumarhati. He is both mada and amada. That means he is both suffering and happiness. He is both dukkha and sukha. Why? Because dukkha is a wave in it, sukha is a wave in it. So the Atma carries both equally. So why should we be partial to sukha and prejudicial to dukkha? Both, we are getting in touch with the Atma. If we remembered the fourth aphorism of Yoga Sutra, Patanjali, what did I say just now? That everything, it is all the vrittis are, the drashta is taking that form. So if it is sukha, we are getting in touch with Atma or the Lord. If you are worshipping Lord, getting in touch with the Lord through sukha. If it is dukkha, we are getting in touch with the Lord through dukkha also. So will not the mind remain placid in both sukha and dukkha? Sukha and dukkha will be there. If sukha and dukkha are not there, then we will become like stone. It is a lack of sensitivity. The solution is sukha and dukkha both will be there, but we will not become depressed in dukkha and we will not become elated in sukha. We will not run after sukha, we will not try to run away from dukkha. Both we will embrace equally as our Lord. So he says, Kastam Madamadam Devam, this Deva, that the brilliance, this Atma, Madanyo Jnatum Arhati. How can it be known by anybody other than me? Now, in some translation, it will that Yamaraja is saying to Nachiketa that nobody else than me can know. That might be, but that may not be the meaning. There is a very good meaning here. Madanyo Jnatum Arhati. This is a very, very great hint is given. You cannot know the Atma as anything different from you. Mat Anyaha. You can only, the Atma is everywhere. They are repeatedly saying it is everywhere. Nothing can be there without that. But can you know the Atma going to the Himalayas? No. The Atma is right within us. If we have to know the Atma, we have to know not only within, we cannot know it within also. We have to know as our own self. We cannot know the Atma as anything different from ourselves. So see, great hints are there in small, small words, although they are similar everywhere. Then the 6th verse. Yastu sarvani bhutani
Yastu sarvani bhutani
Atmanyevanupashyati
Atmanyevanupashyati
Sarvabhuteshu chatmanam
Sarvabhuteshu chatmanam
Tato na vijugupsate.
Tato na vijugupsate.
This 6 and 7 we will read together because they are similar. Yastu sarvani bhutani
Yastu sarvani bhutani
Atmanyevanupashyati
Atmanyevanupashyati
Sarvabhuteshu chatmanam
Sarvabhuteshu chatmanam
Tato na vijugupsate
Tato na vijugupsate
Yasmin sarvani bhutani
Yasmin sarvani bhutani
Atmaiva bhut vijanataha
Atmaiva bhudvijanataha
Tatra ko moha kah shoka
Tatra ko moha kashoka
Ekatvam anupashyataha.
Ekatvam anupashyataha.
See, 2 words are there. Vijugupsate, I explained in last class also. It has 2 meanings. One is hatred, grina. Na tato vijugupsate. It also means not covering up, not hiding. Another meaning is also there, to protect and all. So, one is not having any hatred or intolerance towards anybody. That is jastu sarvani bhutani atmani eva anupashyati. Whatever is there, we see is residing, is an expression of our Atma, of our own identity. Sarva bhuteshu cha atmanam. And my Atma is in everything. Then the whole, whatever we are perceiving, it becomes Atma and Atma alone. Then where is the question of hating anybody? Generally our hatred towards is generally when we consider that to be different from me. Intolerance also when we consider to be different from me. Even if our hand gets absolutely bad or so, we don't hate the hand. Sometimes we may have to undergo the operation also. We feel bad in cutting out the bad hand also. We don't have any hatred. So that is one thing. Another is that Vijugupsate means in Kathopanishad also it is there. Kathopanishad it was Ya imam madhvadam veda atmanam jivamantikat ishanam bhutavabhyasya na tato vijugupsate etadvaitat. O Nachiketa, this is that which you have, this is the truth you have asked for. What is that? When we understand that this, which is expressing as the causal universe, giving us all the karma phalas and all, when we come to know that as jivam antikat, the very source of our life, very center of our life, of our jivatma or our own identity. Ishanam bhutavabhyasa, that which I have been considering as the small I and getting afraid of facing even the boss, even somebody. Considering that I am small, I am running after so many things, I am jealous of so many things, I am not able to appreciate others' qualities. Because we always are constricted by that small identity we are carrying. When we come to know that no, it is not small, that itself is Ishanam bhutavabhyasya. He is the controller of the past, present and future. He is the controller of the whole universe. What will happen? He will become more egoistic that, oh, I am the controller of the whole thing. That's foolish. He will have no ego, ahankara at all. That because that I is the I of everybody. And I am not at all small to become diffident or hateful of others or clinging to something or looking for something, wanting something, desiring something. Who will desire? Only small. Whatever is small will try to have something different from it. So everywhere it is the same thing. Here, then comes the second one, that yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaiva bhut vijanataha. When he finds that all the bhutas are in the Atmani, in the Atma, then for such a person, one who has known, this vijanataha means it is for that person. Vijanataha ekatvam anupashyataha. A person who has known that, a person who finds ekatva, oneness in everything, for that person, ko mohaha kah shokaha. Where is the question of any delusion? Where is the question of any shoka? Ekatvam anupashyataha, who has seen the oneness in everything, the unity in everything. See, this, why should there be shoka? I have told you so many times about the Narada Sanat Kumara Sambada, that Narada was a known rishi going around the whole world, everywhere. He happened to meet suddenly the young Sanat Kumara, who was a knower. So Narada asked, give me some upadesha, give me some advice, give me some knowledge. Sanat Kumara asked that before I tell you anything, I must know what you know. Then what did Narada say? Narada went on saying whatever he knew. He knew everything. The four Vedas, the Vedangas, this Vidya, that Vidya, black magic, white magic, astrology, astronomy, everything he knew, because he was such a person who knew everything. But saying all that, the last, what is Narada saying? That mantravidoham asmi, natu atmavid. Well, I know all these mantras, but I don't know who am I. I don't know myself. So all this knowledge is useless, fruitless. This knowledge is only bookish knowledge. I don't know who am I. Why? How did you say that? How do you say that you don't know who am I? He says, tarati shokam atmavid. Because I have heard the rishis saying that an atmavid, one who has known his self, will never be under grief, shoka, depression. I have shoka. As I go around the world, I suffer from shoka. So certainly I don't know myself. Then Sanat Kumara starts his advice. This I have told so many times, that ahara shuddhau sattva shuddhi, sattva shuddhau dhruva smriti, smriti lambhe sarva granthinam vipramoksha. He says that this is a very, very famous utterance of Sanat Kumara. Ahara shuddhau sattva shuddhi, Sattva means our being, content of our being. Ahara means inputs, not only through the mouth, through everywhere, through the eyes, through the ears, through the mind. Everything we are taking input from the world. So when all these inputs are purified, if we only look for the pure input, we always fill ourselves with purity, then our being will get purified. Whatever the input is, according to that we will be. So ahara shuddhau sattva shuddhi. Our sattva will become purified, our being will become purified. If we purify our ahara. So that is the first sadhana for any seeker, that whatever inputs throughout the day we are taking, try to purify it. But I to purify it. What is the most powerful input? That is our thought. As we are seeing the world, so many thoughts are generated in our mind. Are they pure? Or they are always carried on with bheda buddhi? Something I don't like, something I like, something I want to cling to, something I want to blame people, something I want to condemn somebody. These are all ashuddha ahara. That our mind we are filling with ashuddha ahara. So even if the other food is a little ashuddhi is there, it will not be so harmful as the ashuddha, the thoughts, emotions, ashuddha ideals, all those, bheda buddhi. So, shokaha will not be there for a person who sees ekatvam anupashyata, who sees the oneness in everything. Now let us come to 8. This is a very cryptic, not cryptic, but this is a little difficult. Cryptic verses are coming after 8. After the 8th verse, from 9th onward, the Ishopanishad becomes quite cryptic. So before I go over to those, I would like to have some introductory discussion on some of the concepts like vidya, avidya, etc. Because contradictory statements will appear, apparently contradictory. The 8th, let us chant the 8th one. We will break, the words are very long with sandhi and all, we will break while chanting so that you can you show the slide? Saparyagat shukram akayamavranam saparyagat shukram akayamavranam asnaviram Shuddhamapapaviddham Kavirmanishi Paribhuh Swayambhuh Yatha tatyatorthan Vyadadhat Yatha tatyatorthan Vyadadhat Shashvatibhyah samabhyah. This last line is interesting. It will give you the dimension. Shashvati means eternal. And sama generally is referred to as samvatsaram. That is, it is referred to the Brahma who throughout the time it is managing the Brahmanda. Now, here it is Chaturthi is used. Chaturthi, when something is given to somebody, sampradana, something is given, we use Chaturthi. And Chaturthi Bahuvachanam is used. Bahuvachanam means plural. Shashvati bhyaha samabhyaha. Actually it is Shashvati sama Shashvatibhyaha samabhyaha. That means there are many Brahmandas. In our Shastras, they don't speak about one world or one Brahmanda. Even when it is there in the Puranic stories also, when Brahma came to call Rama back to his Vaikuntha, that is, Rama was not coming back. Rama. So, actually, the story will become long, but to make it short, Brahma introduced himself that I am the Brahma. He introduced before Rama that I am the Brahma. So Rama asked, what is your number? Which Brahma? So Brahma was surprised. Oh, I am the king of the whole universe, whole world, I am the Brahma. No, but there are so many Brahmandas. Which Brahmanda you are ruling? So you can understand the dimension of our Shastrakaras, a dimension of our rishis. We may know of one small Brahmanda. That doesn't mean that there are not another millions, the millions of other Brahmandas also. We don't limit anywhere. Because these are all fictitious, they are all appearing. No material is needed. If there be millions of Brahmandas also, what material? Materials are all made of consciousness only. It just appears in the consciousness. One Brahmanda appearing in the consciousness and a million Brahmanda appearing in consciousness, what is the difference? So there is enough to go into the thoughts and revel in it. Don't discard them as these are all rubbish or these are all imaginary things. Imaginary they are, everything is imaginary, the whole world is imaginary. So it starts with various words. Saha, that means now they are saying, trying to describe this Brahman. That Isha, by which we are trying to cover our world. So we have to know by whom we are covering the whole world. So they are trying to describe, although it is indescribable. You can show one after another as I go forward. I will not say that change or anything. Pariyagat is the first word. It means pari-agat. Pari means all around. It goes everywhere, going around everywhere. Pariyagat. They have already said in the previous shlokas also, he is everywhere. Shukram. Shukram means both pure and brilliant. But because they have written Shuddham also later, but we can take it as brilliant. Akayam. Akayam means without any form. Kaya means generally we call the body as kaya. Generally Sharira, which is the seat of experience, the subtle body often is called kaya. Kaya. Akayam means without any subtle body or without any form also you can say. Avranam asnaviram. Vrana means kshatat. Vrana means wound. Now if there is no gross body, then there will not be any wound. So they are saying there is no wound and asnaviram. Snaviram means veins. There are no veins also. That means earlier it was the akayam is the subtle body. Now they are saying even sthula, the gross body or the physical body also he doesn't have. That means the Brahman is without any gross physical body, without any subtle body. Avranam asnaviram. Snaviram means the veins. Asnaviram, veinless. Shuddham, pure. Actually, Shuddham, if we try to understand Shuddham, we can start going step by step upward. Initial Shuddha is what? The external purity we follow. Various in eating, in doing anything, there is lot of achara, Shuddha achara is there. Why? Because our mind normally remains very scattered. You can call it a dirty mind. Mind is very pure, but we make it dirty by our desires and all. So first sadhana of purity is to make that mind harmonious, integrated, disciplined and peaceful. So to make the mind disciplined, we follow various kinds of acharas. They are very important. We don't follow them nowadays in the present society, but they are important. Suppose some food is given. If something you like, immediately you get attracted to it and start gobbling it. It is not to be done. Food is meant for the nourishment of the body. Whatever is given, some you may like, some you may not like the taste, but it has been given because it is good for your body. So you concentrate, do the Brahmarpanam mantra. What is that? Everything is Brahman. By chanting the mantra, you have to think over that Brahmarpanam Brahmahavi, that everything is Brahman alone. That means everything is same. What will happen? The mind will immediately become sky-like. It will lose its attraction and repulsion towards specific food and all. Then the food will come out with its own nature. You will know whether the food is poisonous or it is good. It is nourishing for the body or not. You start taking food in a proper manner, in a peaceful manner, so that the food will be properly chewed, properly digested. We don't follow all these things. We start speaking before taking food and while taking food. There is no question. Why should I say our life also is like that? Our main meeting takes place on our dining table. So, the Shuddham, purity starts from there, that disciplining the mind, making the mind integrated, and then it goes further and further inward, where the Shuddham means freed of raga dvesha, freed of clinging to what I like and hating what I dislike. Then further if you go, Shuddham means freed of all bheda buddhi. No differential notion. That means what? You know that everything is Atma. There is no differential notion. So this Shuddham also, as you take it to higher and higher level, it means knowledge. It means the ultimate knowledge of truth. Apapa viddham. That means untouched by papa. Now papa, we generally think some are sin and some are virtue. Papa and punya. Actually papa, you will find in Bhagavatam also, papa and punya both are papas. Because suppose you have done some punya karma, you think that I have done something punya karma, this will be greater, I will look for some reward. So anything that is making our mind constricted, small, ahankara, leading to ahankara, is papa. Papa is always constricting, limiting. So the real punya is going beyond the papa punya bheda and having a sky-like mind. So apapa viddham means actually, if you go to that extent, it means freed of, again, bheda buddhi. No constriction, no coloring, nothing. Kavihi. Kavihi used generally for the knowers. The meaning is Krantadarshi. Krantadarshi means those who see the past, present and future. Everything is known to them. Then Manishi Apapa Viddham Kavihi. Then comes Manishi. This Manishi has come from Manit. This means Buddhi actually, which is the controller of the mind. Here, Manishi means who is Lord of the mind. That means his mind is fully under his control. Now here we are not talking about he as a person. Well, for a knower we can compare the same things for a knower also. But when we are saying that the Lord or the Isha or Brahman or Atma is Manishi, means it is completely mastery, it is a complete master of its mind. Whatever is taking place in the level of the cosmic mind, it is all fully subsisting on the substratum consciousness. So whatever the mind does, the mind cannot do anything without the support of the consciousness. Paribhuhu. Paribhu means who is above all. That means supreme. Nobody can match him. Paribhuhu. Swayambhuhu means who is self-born. Now, self-born means causeless. All other things in the world, they have been caused by something. Something was there from which it is born. But the ultimate is Swayambhuhu. There is no cause. This I have explained many times, that by causality we cannot approach the truth. That causal logic itself, cause and effect, if you go to anything, say B is the cause of A, C is the cause of B, finally we arrive at Z. Naturally the question will be that what is the cause of Z? So you have to find something else. Whatever you find, what is the cause of that? Suppose God has made the universe, then who has made God? So causal logic can never end. So it is called infinite regression in English. In Sanskrit we call it anavastha doshaha. That means this cause and effect logic has got that it has no stability. Why? Because this cause and effect logic is applicable in the dual world. It is a cyclical. It is cause, effect, cause, effect, cause, effect. That which is the effect becomes a cause for the next. Again, that becomes a cause for the next. Like that, it goes on in cycle. Like that, time also goes on in cycle. Time you cannot separate from the causality. Whatever is preceding time in time is called cause. Whatever is following in time is called the effect. So they are all within the ken of duality. So if you think of the ultimate truth, by definition it has to be beyond causality. It has to be Swayambhuhu. Actually, this Bhuhu also is not applicable to the truth or Atma or consciousness, because nothing has happened. It is. We use the word Swayambhu for Brahma, the creator, because that is the last point in our causal chain. So we said Brahma, where from Brahma is born? He is just self-born. That the consciousness thought and Brahma came. And Brahma looked on 4 directions, he developed 4 heads. These are all imagery to explain how the things are coming just out of the consciousness. Yatha tatyataha vyadadhat. That means whatever is due for one, whatever one deserves, that is given by him. That means in this world, everything what they are trying to put is, don't think that it is you please God by giving some money in the temple and God will do for you. No, it is not decided like that. Whatever one deserves, nature, or it is the, you can say the consciousness or the substratum, the whole universe, the nature appearing from it, it has a certain discipline, and whatever one deserves, he gets it. That is saying in a different manner that he, as if the Atma or the Brahman is giving everybody whatever he deserves. Not ordinary small people, puny beings like us. He is saying Shashvatibhyah Samabhyah. That means to whom he distributes, even to the ruler of the different Brahmandas, of the different worlds, the Brahma of different worlds, he gives whatever they deserve. And it is Brahma's duty to distribute it to his own people. Prajapati, Brahma is called Prajapati. So this is the nature's law. This is the fundamental harmony of nature. They are speaking in terms of imaginary, with an imagery of a person like that. Whenever we identify our consciousness with anything, then that takes an ego. That becomes an... So Brahma is one who has identified with one universe. So he has the ego of the universalhood of that particular universe. So he distributes all that to the Prajapatis. Saparyagat shukram, saparyagat shukram.
Saparyagachuk.
Huh? It's on. So we will chant only the Shanti mantra and finish. Because we have finished this portion, I thought that the next session we will start with it's like a new chapter almost. We will chant the Shanti mantra and close for today. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam
Purnat Purnamudachyate
Purnat Purnamudachyate
Purnasya Purnamadaya
Purnasya Purnamadaya
Purnamevavashishyate
Purnamevavashishyate
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Hari Om Tat Sat. I think the announcement will be there. Na? So I wanted to tell something about the retreat. I am going to Delhi on 26th of March. There will be programs regularly, except a few days. But this time we wanted to have a short retreat. Generally we have a long retreat there of 2 weeks or 10 days. This time we thought that seeing the holidays and all from the Ramanavami day, that is 30th of March, 30th, 31st, 1st and 2nd, 1st and 2nd April. For 4 days we will have a residential retreat where those who can, from outside also, people can come and stay in our CIRD Delhi. And we will have those 4 days a full day program from 6 o'clock to 9:30. It will start with our usual morning prayer, but before that we thought that this is to some extent what we followed in Malaysia for a 5-day retreat this time, just last month or so. And that appeared to have quite good effect on the participants, so we are following the somewhat similar model, that there will be a meditation from 6 to 6:20, say, only for 20 minutes, but we can extend it to half an hour also. Then we will have the usual morning chanting prayer. Then after breakfast or so, in the morning we will have a question answer on practical sadhana for about 1 hour 15 minutes, 9 to 10:15 or so. After that, from 10 to 11 we do generally a guided introspection session. That is, however much we may say people don't introspect. So we give some questions about themselves, that they have to look into their mind to answer those questions. So looking into their mind, they answered those questions, and that is quite confidential. I only go through them, and if possible I discuss it the next day whatever to be helped in their sadhana through that. So that we call it guided introspection session. Actually, it's an introspection session. Some 3-4 questions are given and you have to write sincerely, truthfully, whatever is in your mind. Then after lunch, maybe by about 3 o'clock or so, around 3 o'clock, we will have either a chanting, learning session, it depends on the participants also to some extent, or a reading session. These are generally very interesting, that we read from Prabhatarashmi book, which is basically about Swamiji's morning lectures on sadhana. From the first volume generally we read and discuss openly. Either I am there or other sadhakas are there. What happens in the ashram, where we find the difficulties, how it is solved, etc. So it's a very, very practical discussion sessions. How much it will be possible there, I am not sure, but we will try to. Then after tea at 4 o'clock, after tea people can go for a walk and come back for the evening prayer. After evening prayer we have the dinner, and after dinner 8 o'clock to 9:15 we will have a discourse which will be on the how it is why we selected this title is that particular title is spirituality is fulfilling for all, something like that. Why? Because we find that the whole society is suffering because people keep away spirituality thinking that it is something to be done after retirement or when you cannot do anything, and it is deadly against our enjoyment of the world. But as I was discussing in the first mantra of Ishopanishad, the real enjoyment comes only through spirituality, not keeping away spirituality. You become slave to the world, you suffer more than you really enjoy. But spirituality makes you master of the world. Nothing can affect you. You will be able to take the world in any manner it comes to you. So we feel that people should understand that this earlier in life we take to the spiritual knowledge and journey, the better. Because we can change, we can completely remold our mind and emotions and intelligence, knowing that, because when we discover the truth, it becomes, all other things become redundant. We understand that where lies the real joy of life. Then who will run after the other things? You may enjoy many things, but you will know that where one stands and where lies the real joy. So spirituality must be taken up, and particularly the help is from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita discusses our personality threadbare. We can know our personality very well if we have a study, but our country is such that so far Bhagavad Gita has not been introduced in the school or college or anywhere, thinking that it's a religious scripture and only for the Hindus or so something. It is not so. Bhagavad Gita should be introduced in various form, in a very easy form, even in the elementary school level it can be done, at least from class 8 or so. So that people can start thinking about their personality and the various forces that are working in our personality, and take to method of winning over the adverse tendencies and all. So we want to mention and propagate again and again that spirituality should not be kept away. The earlier in life it is taken, the better. And it should be practiced by the children also, at least in the knowledge form. With the modern intelligence and all, they will be able to understand also very well. So this is what we thought for the 4 days of retreat. And we would certainly like to have it as a residential retreat, because unless we stay there, if you go back home and come from there, then it will not have its full effect. The things will fall off. The dhruti will not work. Other than that, the days I am staying there from 27th to 8th of April, 27th March to 8th of April, the other days mostly something or other will be there. I think they will show the what do you call it? The banner. Okay. Now, Medu can show.